This is one of those stories you feel slowly, because it talks about something many people hide for years. It begins with a lie, but not just any lie, one of those that seems small, almost harmless, and that, without you noticing, end up shaping an entire life. When he was born, he cried. He cried like any baby. He cried loudly, cried hard, cried asking for everything a baby doesn't yet know how to say with words. But his parents, tired and trying to appear strong in front of others, started repeating something that changed everything. This boy doesn't cry. At first, it was just a phrase. He's different. He didn't even cry as a baby. They laughed, visitors laughed, and the phrase stayed, growing along with him. It became a story, became praise, became an expectation. And without noticing, it became a rule. When he was still little, he fell while running in the street. His knee split open, it burned. The cry rose up. But before it came out, he remembered, I don't cry. He swallowed it. His mother looked and said, See? He doesn't even cry. And that became confirmation. At school, it got worse. Kids test you. Pushes, teasing, words that stick. You don't cry, right? Let's see. And there he was, holding it in. Always. A stiff face, tight chest, dry eyes. Inside, pressure building. But no one saw it. Because he didn't cry, over time, it stopped being an effort and became his identity. He started to feel proud. If he didn't cry, he was strong. If he was strong, he was better. Or at least, that's what he told himself. In adolescence, the pain became silent. It wasn't just falls anymore. It was rejection, friendships changing, feelings he didn't know how to name. He liked someone. It wasn't returned. It hurt. But he did what he always did, swallowed it. I don't cry. But something started to change. He didn't explode. But he didn't fully feel either. It was like he had closed a door. And behind it, everything was piling up. He grew up. Became an adult. A man with firm posture, few words, controlled eyes. People would say, he's strong. Nothing shakes him. But no one knew. Not even him. Adulthood arrived. And it doesn't ask if you're ready. It just comes. First, small failures. A missed opportunity, a plan that didn't work. He held it in. Then bigger things, financial problems, pressure at work, sleepless nights. He held it in. Then, what really weighs you down? He lost someone important. Not death. Absence. Someone who left without warning, without explanation. It hurt in a different way. But he did what he always did, swallowed it. I don't cry. But now, it wasn't the same. His body started to respond. Constant fatigue, irritation for no reason, long silences. He didn't fully recognize himself anymore. And still, he kept going, until one day, everything came at once. A mistake at work, an argument, a memory that returned without warning. It was too much. He got home. Closed the door. Silence. Sat down. Looked at his hands. And for the first time, he didn't have the strength to hold it in anymore. The crying came before he could understand it. At first light. Then heavy. Very heavy. He tried to stop it. No. I don't. But he couldn't even finish the sentence. The tears fell. Years pouring out all at once. He cried. He cried like never before. Without control, without pride, without a mask. He cried for his childhood, for all the times he held it in, for the words he never said, for the feelings he ignored. He cried for what he lost, and for what he never allowed to grow. And in the middle of that crying, something changed. He didn't feel weak. He felt human. He took a deep breath, as if for the first time. His chest always so tight, opened. The silence was no longer heavy. It was light. When the crying stopped, he stayed there. Quiet, but different. The next day, he went to see his parents. He sat down, looked at them. You used to say I never cried. They smiled. It was just a joke. He nodded, without anger, but with understanding. Some jokes become rules. Some words become limits. And some limits hold you back for years. He didn't blame them. But he didn't ignore it either. He left feeling lighter. Not because everything was solved, but because something had been broken. And it needed to be. From that day on, he didn't become a different person. He didn't start crying over everything. But he also didn't forbid himself anymore. When it hurt, he felt it. When it got heavy, he acknowledged it. And if needed, he cried, without shame, because he finally understood something no one had told him before. Strength isn't holding everything in. Strength is not destroying yourself inside just to appear strong on the outside. And sometimes, crying isn't weakness. It's what saves what's still alive inside you.